Hey, Maximizers! Welcome to my life. If this is your first time watching me, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name's Crystal, aka Crystal Maximizer, and I am a content coach. And I help product based business owners create consistent content that converts into consistent sales so they don't have to hire influencers or run paid ads. I have been creating content on Beyonce's internet since 2018. I started off teaching women how to coupon and how to budget and how to meal plan and how to strategically shop for the things that they want, like, and need without paying full price. Well, in 2020, my clients were like, hey, Crystal, can you teach us how to start YouTube channels? Can you teach us how to start businesses? Can you teach us how to start side hustles? Because we want to make more money. And nothing bad happens when women make more money. So I was like, okay. And then my business coach was like, hey, Crystal, come coach my people. And I was like, okay. So in 2020, I accidentally became a business coach. It wasn't my goal. It wasn't my intention. It wasn't my focus to be a business coach. But out of a need for my clients to do something different in their lives, I started teaching them and I became a business coach. And for 3 years, I did both. Forward facing on social media, I was your couponing girl. I was posting tons of deals. I was making a crap ton of content. I was going on the news. I was doing all the things. And then behind the scenes, I was running one on one and group programs. Hello, little baby mommy on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining. And I was running one on one and group coaching programs behind the scenes, helping women take the ideas from their brain and turn it into a profitable business that they love. And I absolutely fell in love with being a business coach. I absolutely fell in love with it. And I did both for 3 years. But it came to a point where I was like, less is more. Thank you, Muna. Less is more. Okay. I was trying to do too much and be in too many places and deal with too many different audiences. And it became too much. And I said, I need to focus on one. The riches are in the niches. The more you niche down, the more money you're actually going to make. Contrary to popular belief, you don't need to have your hand in every single cookie jar to make a lot of money. The more focused you are, the more money you're actually going to make. So I said, you know what? I need to focus. And I decided that I said I was going to be a business coach because nothing bad happens when women make more money. And I wanted to be in a place where I'm helping women make a bigger impact in their life. Saving money is cool. Saving money is amazing. I'll never stop couponing. The millionaire version of me coupons. But I knew that I can help more women in a different way if I was a business coach. So in 2023, I decided I was going to be a business coach. I started my brand new YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris. It's Build a Business with KRYS. And that's where I share business and content and sales, all things business content. And then in 2024, I closed down all of my couponing programs. I let go of all of my couponing clients, all of my couponing revenue. And I said, I'm going to be a business coach. But things didn't go how I planned, okay? It did not go as I planned. I was being an anything and everything business coach, meaning I didn't have a focus, I didn't have a niche. There's so many business coaches out there, right? There's so many different people that you can work with. I didn't know what my secret sauce was. I didn't have my area of like, this is what I do well in the business coaching world, right? I can help you from A to Z, but what I really help with most and what I figured out was content. I looked at myself, I looked at the clients I helped, and I said, what have I done really well? And what have I helped my clients with the most? The answer was content. I've posted over 2,000 videos on YouTube, hundreds, probably thousands of videos on Instagram and TikTok. I've gone live free, like I'm doing right now, and paid over 1,000 times. I am a content machine. All of that content allowed me to make over $400,000 on social media. That's from brand deals, that's directly from the platform, that's from affiliates. And most of that money came from me selling my own coaching problems, my own coaching services. I was trying to say products and then it came out problems. Selling my coaching services, my one on ones, my groups, my boot camps, my workshops, my masterclasses. I made a crap ton of money, but I made it through my content. Because I made the content, I got the sales. So I said, I'm a content coach. I got specific, I niched down, I picked my area of expertise, the thing that I've done well, creating content and making sales. Boom, that's me. So now I'm a content coach. And once I got that focus, new clients started coming in week after week, month after month. And it just made sense because I had my secret sauce. I knew my area of expertise. And that's the content coach that's in front of you today. I like to take a few minutes at the beginning of every one of my lives and share my story so you know like who I am, how I got here. I didn't just start posting videos, go viral yesterday, and here I am. Like I've built this business brick by brick, week by week, video by video. I've not gone viral. I can count on one hand how many videos I have over 100,000 views. One of them is a really sponsored video, so we're not counting that because the company is putting a lot of money behind it to get it views. But that's not what's important. Consistency is what's important over here. So I like to do that little bit to introduce myself. And now I like to know who's here. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from, what city, what state, what country are you watching from? And tell me in the comments what's your business. So where are you watching from? What city, what state, what country are you watching from? And what is your business? Okay. So I'm in the Central Florida area. I've actually moved to Lake County. I'm loving my new house. I'm loving my new area. I always lived in Osceola County in Florida, and now I live in Lake County, and I'm absolutely freaking loving it. It's just different. It's a different area, a different energy, and I'm enjoying being over here, and I'm really enjoying the place that I live in. And then my business, like I said, is content coaching, and I help product-based business owners create consistent content that converts into consistent sales. And tonight I want to talk to you and give you some tips on planning your content. So the last time I was live was on Saturday, and I talked about why you need to plan your content and the importance of having a plan for your content. Because if you're waking up every single day as a business owner and you are racking your brain at the wall trying to figure out how in the heck do I post? What am I posting today? You're doing yourself and your business a disservice. So I talked about why you need to plan your content. And today I'm going to give you tips and teach you my method for planning content for the month. Because I truly believe as a business owner, you should be planning your content for a month at a time. Not a day, not a week, but a month. A month is going to make sure that you are consistent. It's going to make sure you have time if you need to fall off the wagon. It's going to give you effective time to plan out and record and edit everything. So tonight I'm going to teach you how to plan your content for the month. And I know people hear a month and they get very overwhelmed and they're like, Crystal, that's a lot of content. And it is. It is a lot of content, but it doesn't have to be a lot when you break it up and you plan it accordingly. So let's just dig right on in. So my first tip for you, and I'm speaking to you as a business owner. This is for business owners who have a product or service to sell and they are a content creator second. They're using their content to market their business. Okay. So my first tip for you is to choose one main platform. When you are starting off, it does not serve you to try to be on every platform posting every day. We're not doing that. And I don't teach that. I don't teach you that you need to post every day, 3 times a day. That's overkill. We're going to focus on one main platform. And if you have it, one secondary platform. But we are only planning our content for the main platform. Any secondary platform, you want to just either copy and paste that content over there. We're not taking energy to create content for YouTube and then also create content for Facebook, or create content for TikTok and then also create content for YouTube and Instagram. That is going to take you too much time. You are a business owner. Your goal is to make sales. You need to focus on one main platform and then you can diversify. Texas paparazzi and get ready with me content. Okay, that's awesome. How is that going for you? Are you getting the results that you desire through your content? Let me know. So one main platform and one secondary platform. We are not planning content for 5 different platforms. I'm going to give you an example. My main platform is YouTube. When I think about creating content, I always think about what can I create for YouTube? And then how can I repurpose, reuse, repost that content on my other platforms? So I'm on hiatus from long form YouTube content right now because I'm focusing on my lives. Lives are my long form content. So I go live. I created these lives for YouTube, but it doesn't cost me anything extra because over the past 7 years, I have been able to build all of my platforms and up and such over the years. So it doesn't cost me anything extra to add Facebook and my other YouTube channel to this screen. It doesn't cost me anything to add my Instagram and my TikTok here. Like I have 2 phones here, one for Instagram, one for TikTok, and then my laptop has my 2 YouTube channels and my Facebook business page. Okay. So when I plan my content, I plan for my lives on social media. I'm doing day in the life content. And I was like, you know what? I wanted to put more content out on social media. And I said, I want to do some day in the life so you can see like what I do. Cause I'm not like, I don't have a traditional schedule. Like my schedule every day is pretty much different. I'm all over the place. Like Kinsley's in school now, a physical school. So I got to drive her to school, pick her up to school. I do my side hustle. So I was like, let me share some get ready with me content. Let me do some voiceovers. Like I want to do that type of content to post on my YouTube channel. But it's short form content. So you know what I said? I'm going to take that same short. It's going on Instagram and it's going on TikTok and it's going on Facebook. I'm not doing any extra editing. I'm not doing anything different besides changing my hashtags based on each platform, because each platform a little bit different hashtags. But outside of that, the caption's the same, the content's the same. I record one day in the life, I voice over it, then I post that thing everywhere. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Teach. Thank you. Yes, the get ready with me content is going okay. Okay, cool. That's awesome. If you're not on my email list already, please make sure you go ahead and grab a seat on my email list. It's KristenMaximizer.com. I'll share my video content over there. I'll share when I have new offers and things available. So definitely go ahead and get on my email list. There should be a link in the description box that'll take you to my website, and just click on get on the list. I'd love to have you over there on my email community, okay? And if you're watching on TikTok and you want to get on my email list, there should be a form right here that you can fill out with your name, your email, and your phone number, and that will give you direct access to my email list. So if I have any coaching programs or free things going on, you'll be the first to know, okay? So we're focusing on one main platform and one secondary platform. We are not being an octopus, and we are not posting on all the platforms to start. Now, I built my platforms. When I first started, I was just YouTube. And I did everything just on YouTube. And I would literally post on Instagram and Facebook, hey, I just posted a new video on YouTube. Go watch it. That's all I did for like 2.5 years. And then TikTok paid me thousands. And they said, we'll pay you this thousands if you post like 5 videos a week for 2 months. And I was like, hell yeah. What did I do though? I went to my YouTube channel and I was like, okay, these are long form YouTube videos. They want me to post 15-second videos. So I took one long YouTube video and I re-recorded like 10 videos at 15 seconds. And that's what the heck I posted on TikTok, right? That's because they paid me. And then I paid my VA to start creating some Instagram content for me. But I've never focused on another platform. My focus is only YouTube. And then I repurpose and reuse on other platforms. Like I just did the Facebook breakthrough bonus. You know what I did? I grabbed TikToks and YouTube shorts that had not been posted on Facebook, and I posted them over on Facebook because they wanted us to post more content. We work smarter, not harder, and that means focusing on one main platform and then repurposing and reusing that content elsewhere, okay? And also trying to build everywhere at once is too much. You're a business owner first, a content creator second. If you want to make sales, trying to post in every platform actually does the opposite because you're not focused in one main platform, okay? So now I'm going to teach you my plan, batch, and schedule method. I call it PBS. If you want to plan your content for the month, I want you to get out a pen and paper. I want you to get out a Google Doc. I want you to get out something to take notes, because this is how you're going to do it, okay? You're going to plan, batch, and schedule. Tip number 1 is plan. First, you have to decide how many pieces of video content am I creating per week. Now, as a business owner, as a small business owner, I highly suggest video content. There should be no quotes. There should be no stagnant pictures. If you want to do a carousel, great, but your main content should be video content. Your audience needs to know you, like you, and trust you to buy from you. In order to do that, they need to connect with you. They need to see you. They need to hear you. They need to relate to you so they can connect with you, so they can know, like, and trust you, so they can buy from you, okay? Face to camera, voice to camera, sell your stuff, okay? So how many pieces of video content are you posting per week, okay? Not per day, per week. I suggest 3 to 5 videos per week. I'm going to tell you why. If you're doing YouTube long form, 10 minutes or more, 1 long form video per week, 2 if you can. If you're doing anything else, that's YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, 3 to 5 times per week. But you choose the level of consistency that you can keep up. If you're barely posting right now, do not pick 5 times a week. That's too much for you. Pick 3. Okay? Pick 3. If you're posting kind of consistently, pick 3 or 4. Okay? If you're already posting 2 or 3 times every week and you want to go to 5, go to 5. But it's always better to start with less and build it up. Remember, you're trying to build your muscle of consistency. You want it to be second nature that you have your videos coming out every single week. Your audience can count on your videos coming out every single week. You're in the algorithm. You're at the top of mind. If you're posting 3 times a week, that's almost every other day of videos coming out. There's only going to be 2 days where there's no video, but every other day you got a video coming out to your audience. Every other day you're showing up in the algorithm. So for purposes of this example, we're going to say our platform is TikTok, and we're going to say we're posting 3 times a week. Okay. So if you are posting 3 pieces of content per week, now you need to do your math to see how many pieces of content you need for the month. So if we're posting 3 times a week, there's 4 weeks in a month on average. We need 12 videos for the month. You've done step 1 of planning your content. So you know you need 12 videos for the month. And when you think about it, if you're doing TikToks and your TikToks are between 1 to 2 minutes, that's only 24 minutes of content. To me, that's a little bit of content because I come from a world where in the beginning stages of my business, I was posting a 30-minute YouTube video every day for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. So 24 minutes for the whole month is nothing, right? That's nothing for you to do. So you need 12 videos for the month. So you're going to choose all of your video topics at once. And you're probably like, what? You're going to sit down and you're going to decide, what are my video topics for the month? I have so many videos and so many lives on how to pick your video topics. Okay. Super simple. What questions do you get asked all the time? What does your audience need to know before they work with you? What questions are being asked on your competitors' videos that your competitors are not asking? What are things that people need to know about your industry? What are myths and things you can debunk? What do people need to know before they work with you? What do people need to know about you and your story and your business and your industry? That's a crap ton of ideas right there. But if you go to my YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris, and you type in content topics, video topics, I think I actually might even have a whole playlist. Okay. You can go check that out if you want more detail on how to choose your topics. But you're going to choose 12 video topics. Okay. That's step 2 of planning. Once you choose your video topics, the next step is really crucial. This is where you're going to outline your talking points. And I don't say script. I personally don't like scripting. It makes you feel robotic and unnatural if you write out exactly what you're going to say and then you're just like, so I created this because it's boring, it's unnatural. I teach my clients talking points, meaning this video is about how to plan your content for the month. I have 8 talking points for this video. I wrote out my talking points, which are the key 8 things that I'm going to talk about. But like the thing that I'm doing right now with the examples, I put examples on here as like talking points. But the rest of this stuff is based on my core knowledge of planning my content. I'm going to give you the talking point. Then I'm going to give you more information with it. But it's not robotic. Like you see me looking over to make sure, okay, did I get the talking point out? And then I'm looking back at you to make sure I give you everything that goes in between. Then I'll look back over and say, okay, did I get the next talking point? So on and so forth. So you are going to outline all of your videos with 3 to 5 talking points. Okay. Sometimes you might only have 2 talking points. Sometimes you might have 1 banger talking point to talk about. And sometimes you might have 5 little mini talking points to talk about. But I want you to look at your video topics. What are the core things that your audience would need to know around that? What are the core things that are going to help them around the topic that you chose? Those will be your talking points. And you want to do that for all 12 of your videos. All 12 of your videos. You are planning out your content before you even pick up a camera and record. We're not even at the recording stage yet. Okay. Once your videos are outlined, now you're ready to plan for your recording. Now, if you're doing TikTok, that's our example for today, and you're going to be recording 12 2-minute-ish videos, that's only 24 minutes of content. So I'm going to suggest that you find a day on your calendar and you block out 90 minutes, 1 hour and a half. So you open up your calendar. What day do you have 90 minutes to devote to recording your content? Now, if you are a DIYer, meaning you make your own products in some form or fashion, you're going to have to block out 2 days. Because what you're going to want to do is you're going to take 1 day and record yourself making your product. So if you make candles, if you make t-shirts, if you make tumblers, if you make jewelry, you're going to take 1 day per month and you're just going to do the whole process. And you're going to record yourself from multiple different angles, zooming in, zooming out, showing your whole process. Then you're going to take a second day and you're going to cut up those clips and you're going to voice over them and you're going to talk about those talking points that we talked about. Make sense? Let me know in the comments if this makes sense, right? So we planned our talking points, and then you're going to plan the day that you're going to record. If you're doing talking head videos like I do, where you're just sitting and you're talking about a topic and telling your story, you literally can block out 90 minutes on your calendar. Okay? You are going to plan to record. Okay? Also, along with planning, plan out your outfits, plan out your hair. If you do makeup, lip gloss, whatever you need to do to feel your best and have the most energy to record, you need to plan all of that in the planning stage. The next stage is batching. This is when we're going to do our big tasks together. So we're going to batch and record all of our videos on 1 day, and we're going to batch edit. Now, I'm not editing 12 videos all at once. I don't have it in me. So I usually batch edit like a week at a time, right? So I'll edit 3 to 4 short form videos a week so that I have them together, right? So batching is just doing a bunch of your tasks together. So next you're going to batch record. And then once your recording is done, you are going to batch edit. Okay? You're going to plan your content. You're going to batch record it. Once it's recorded and edited, you're going to do the last step, which is you're going to schedule it. Every single platform allows you to schedule your content. Okay? You're going to schedule it. This is going to allow your content to not only be planned, it's going to be planned and scheduled, and you don't have to think about it. Okay? When you're also planning your content, you want to plan your calls to action. What is a call to action, Crystal? A call to action is what you're asking your audience to do after they watch your piece of content. So do you want them to follow you? Do you want them to comment an emoji? What I would like you to do after watching this live is to join my email list. I would love for you to go to KristenMaximizer.com and click join the list. When you get on my email list, you get notified when I go live. You get notified when I'm selling a new coaching program. You get notified if I'm running any promos or discounts and such. You're the first to know a lot of things when you're on my email list. This fall, I'm going to be sharing content tips in my email list, okay? So that every week you'll get some sort of tip, trick, something that I'm not openly sharing on social media to help you with your content and your sales, okay? So get on my email list. Right now, I have a content bootcamp where I'm going to walk you through and teach you how to do this, and we're going to do it together, where you're going to leave the bootcamp with your 30 days of content posted, okay? Your 30 days of content posted. So when you get on my email list, you'll get an email and you'll know all the details about my content bootcamp. And if you are ready to take the next step and create consistent content and get sales, you can get your seat and join. There's a 48-hour fast action bonus right now where you can save below $100 off and get extra coaching calls and all the things. But you need to get on my email list, okay? But you need to decide what's your calls to action. What do you want your audience to do after they watch your piece of content? Are they commenting? Are they DMing? Are they asking you a question? Are they answering a question that you asked? You want them to click your website link? Do you want to encourage them to join your email list? What do you want your audience to do? You want to plan that in your content as well. So you can have that in your caption, right? And you can even write it on the screen during editing at the end. what the call to action is. Like, okay, now that you watch the video, do XYZ. Okay. When it comes to planning out your content, I highly suggest you do it electronically. I start off planning my content on good old pen and paper. But I have an electronic. Kinsley, tell her to stop calling. She's messing up my live. I plan my content, I write it on paper, and then I put it into an electronic form. I use what we call a project management system. Why do I do that? Because that way, number one, I don't have to carry this heavy notebook around. Number two, I can sit down from anywhere and log into my Airtable and add into my content. If I need to move pieces around because this goes better up here, I don't want to do this one, I want to switch these topics around, I don't have to cross out, use write out, or scribble. I can just move everything all together at once. So I use Airtable. If you're interested in using Airtable, send me a DM. I have a referral code. We both get a little something if you use my code. I've also used Trello. I've also used Asana. You can also use a Google Doc. You can also use your Google Calendar. It doesn't matter. I just highly suggest you use something electronic to plan out your content outside of pen and paper. Use pen and paper to get your ideas out your head, to get it out on paper, but then move to something electronically so you always have it. Okay? So, these are my tips for you to plan your content for the month. I would love to open the floor for questions. What questions do we have? What questions do we have? What questions do we have? If you don't have any questions, can you let me know in the comments, was this helpful for you to help you plan your content? So let me know. If you have questions, what's your question? If you don't have any questions, was this helpful, yes or no? Again, I would love for you all to hop on my email list. Doors to my first ever content bootcamp are open right now. So when you join my email list, you will get those emails and information about the content bootcamp. It's an 8-week hybrid group coaching program that includes one-on-one coaching with me, where I'm going to walk you through the process of creating 30 days of content. So exactly what I told you, we're going to do it together. So we're going to go week 1. We're going to figure out how to come up with your content topics and how to outline your videos. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. And then I'm going to give you time to do that on the live, the coaching. And then we're going to review it. Then I'm going to teach you something else. I'm going to give you time to do it. So when you leave, your topics, your outlines will be done. The next week, we'll go to the next step. Okay, we need to figure out our planning day, tips for recording, tips for editing. I'm going to teach you all of that, give you time to do it, and so on and so forth. So the Content Bootcamp is created for business owners who are ready to be consistent with their content, but they're stuck. They're stuck doing it alone. They're not making progress. They need accountability and support. So we are going to do all of this together. We're going to do all of this as a group, and we're going to work together for 8 weeks. The best part about this is when you leave the Content Bootcamp, you will have the strategy down pat. You're going to know what you need to do week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 of the month. You're going to know exactly what you're doing so that you always plan your content for 30 days at a time. Okay. So when you hop on my email list, you'll get an email and it'll share all the details about the Content Bootcamp. Okay. So I just encourage you, get on my email list. It's free to join the email list. And then you'll also be notified every time I go live. I send an email when I go live so you can hop on. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions? One other question I get all the time. She says, I'm already on your email list. I need to see if I got an email about the boot camp. Yes. So I sent an email earlier this afternoon about the boot camp, Mandy. Yeah, it went out earlier this afternoon. So definitely go and check it out. There's also a 48-hour fast action bonus. So when you join the bootcamp by tomorrow, you get $100 off. If for any reason you didn't get the bootcamp email, you can email me and I can, number one, make sure you're on the email list. And then number two, I can forward you the email right over so that you can get all the details. And that way, if you have any questions. So if the bootcamp sounds like something you're interested in, again, the 48-hour bonuses and perks are, let me pull them up so I don't miss one. You get $100 off. The bootcamp is $997, so it's under $1,000. But when you join by tomorrow, you get $100 off, so it's $897. And yes, payment plans are available. You also are going to get an additional one-on-one call with me. So everybody in the bootcamp gets access to all 8 weeks of trainings. And our trainings are about 75 minutes and they're taught live on Zoom. So you'll be able to talk to me and I'll be able to talk to you. And then everyone gets 3 30-minute one-on-one coaching calls with me throughout the 8 weeks that we'll schedule. But when you join in the next 48 hours, you get an additional one-on-one call. You get $100 off. You get a content audit, meaning I'll review your current content and give you a feedback video with suggestions on how you can improve your current content. And you get private one-on-one Voxer messages with me. So everyone will have access to a group message of Voxer, but when you join in the next 48 hours, you get one-on-one, meaning our calls are on Tuesdays, right? So if you have a question on Thursday, you can private message me your question on Thursday if it's not something you want to share in a group. Make sense? So those are the 4 perks/bonuses you get when you join in the next 48 hours. And payment plans are available with Klarna, Affirm, and Afterpay if you want to hop into the content bootcamp. Okay? So definitely go check your email. And again, if you didn't get the email, you can email me and I'll get that over to you. But I created this to help you get going. Fall is coming up, Black Friday is coming up. Contrary to popular belief, the economy isn't doing so well, but people are spending money. Money is being spent. And if you have a product that solves someone's problem, you want to get it together now. So come Black Friday and Christmas time, you can make that money and you can get those sales. And you've been putting in the deposits. I talked about this last night on my free masterclass. You can't expect to make a withdrawal from your audience when you haven't been depositing. So you need to start creating consistent content and deposit into your audience so that you can make the withdrawal of, here's the product that I'm selling you. You need it to solve your problem and they can buy it. Does that make sense? So I'm very excited for the boot camp. Like, very excited. Any other questions? One question I get a lot is, what platform should I be on? And I feel like I talk about this question on almost every live because I get the question a lot. And when it comes to choosing your platform, you want to be on the platform where you enjoy to be, where you want to be, but then also the intersection of where your ideal clients are. So what platform do you want to be on? And then what platform are your ideal clients on? Whatever that intersection is, that's the platform that you want to be on. You make the platform doesn't make you. Okay. A lot of times people feel like they need to be on one platform for whatever reason, and that's not true. There are people making money on every single platform. There are people making hundreds, thousands, and millions of dollars on every single platform. You make the platform doesn't make you. Okay. I'm trying to figure out which way to go. What do you mean? I know you said you're driving, but when you say you're trying to figure out which way to go, what do you mean? Are you saying as far as which platform you should be posting on? So it honestly depends. You told me get ready and paparazzi. So you can do get ready with me content on any platform. You can sell your jewelry on any platform. My question is for you, what platform do you like to be on? What platform are you most comfortable with? Because you can sell jewelry and you can do get ready with me content on any platform. You just want to be on the platform that you're most comfortable with. And again, you're going to make the platform. And in my content bootcamp, I'm going to be covering the big 4: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I'm giving you the pros and cons of each. And I'm going to share with you the different types of content that perform well or do the best. Like, for instance, Facebook groups. Like Facebook groups will be great for you if you sell paparazzi and people buy from you like monthly or quarterly. I'd have everyone who buys from me in Facebook groups for as my paparazzi. All right, get ready. We're gonna see. Okay. So there's a lot you can do with that. And there's a lot of ways that you can position your jewelry. I'm loving YouTube. Okay. So stick to YouTube. You can make, again, you make the platform doesn't make you. As long as you're getting sales from that platform, as long as you're building an audience, engaging with an audience, positioning your products as a solution to a problem, you will get sales on every single platform. Doesn't matter. There's maybe some tweaks and things that you can do a little bit better because, again, each platform has their strengths and each platform has their weaknesses. So in the content bootcamp, I'm going to go over the pros and cons of each one. I've been cross posting my content over there. Okay. Seems like you have it going. And that's a good way to go, right? That's a good way to go. So yeah, get on the email list. And if you decide that you want to be in the content bootcamp, I'd love to help you. The content bootcamp starts actually on September 15th and it's going to go till November 7th. That's 8 weeks. And the doors are open now. And like I said, we have a 48-hour bonus. So just hop on my email list and I'll have another email going out this evening. So if you get on my email list now, there'll be another email going out this evening for you. Okay? Any other questions, comments, or concerns that I can help you with today? Okay. I do want to thank you all for joining me tonight. I'll be live again tomorrow around the same time. So if you should have any questions about what I talked about today or about joining the content bootcamp, please feel free to slide into my DMs or you can email me at hello@kristamaximizer.com and I'll be sure to get back to you. Again, thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate your energy. I appreciate your questions. I appreciate your likes. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.